Welcome to our Devos. We're concluding this week on the thief called comparison. We all deal with this in one way, shape, or form. We struggle with comparing ourselves to others. We struggle with being the person that we want to be, and then we look at what other people are doing, and we're like, I should do that, I could do that, I could be that, I could have that. And so I'm going to give you one final plea to really try to eradicate comparison out of your life and try to really focus instead on what it is that God has done in his presence in your life over all these other things, is you have to realize that at its heart, comparison is rooted in pride. It really is. It's rooted in pride. I said at the beginning of the sermon last week that really comparison is us trying to come up with a scorecard of how we're doing. And we use other people's scorecards to define how we're doing. Well, this is a focus on us. It's a focus on me. Am I good? Am I really good? Am I elevated to the level that I ought to be? Now, you might not think of this as pride, but it is. And humility doesn't mean that you don't think of yourself at all. It just means that you think of yourself less. And when we're comparing, what we're ultimately trying to do is we are trying to find a way to be superior or equal to other people, even sometimes people that we love, even sometimes people that we care for. You'd be surprised, and I might freak some of you out about this, but you would be surprised how many women and men that I've dealt with when I've talked to them about their children, how they start to get jealous because of their children. They have a jealousy thing with their children. They'll say, well, when we were first married, we didn't go on vacation. We didn't have a house like this. We didn't own 2 cars. It was really hard. And what they do is they're invariably comparing themselves to their children, and it's causing them to have such animosity. And you can't even point it out to them because it's blinded them, but I will tell you at the root of that is pride. Good old-fashioned pride. It's you thinking you should be better. You should have more. You should have done more. You should have more options. You should have more opportunities, and you resent what goes on with those around you. And I would dare say that if you find yourself in a place where you are constantly thinking about how you should be according to this person, or you should be better than this person, it's rooted in pride. And pride always has the same ending. It says in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18, Solomon again, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before the fall. Pride always leads to a place of deficiency. Because at the end of ourselves, if we only have ourselves, we've lost. But at the end of ourselves, if we find Jesus and we look at him for the one that sets the agenda and sets who we are, then we will find freedom from comparison, freedom from striving, and even more, contentment in the blessings that God has given you every single day.